Good morning. Welcome to RPG A Day 2022. It is August 2nd. What is a great introductory RPG? Well, I think a great RPG in general is a simple, minimalist RPG, but I in particular think this is a great way to introduce people to the hobby is the simple minimalist RPG. And there's two by one gentleman I would recommend. They are both available in PDF. I think pay what you want to on Drive-Thru RPG or free. I can't remember if they're free or pay what you want. But let me show you those. In Darkest Warrens, Minimalist Fantasy RPG by Scott Malthouse. This is a brilliant fantasy, again, for any kind of fantasy, but they're one-page RPGs. You get your character here, choose your class, and it goes over what rules are required, and then, of course, how you advance, and then some monsters, and that's it. That's all. That's all we have. It's all we need. One page. You can print this out, hand it to your introductory players, and go to work. There is not a whole lot here to get in the way, but be warned, if you're a new GM, might be a little harder to know where to go. If you've never been a GM before, you might look at all this and say, yeah, but what do I do with this information? In Darkest Warrens comes with a comes with items. It also comes with a little adventure. So this is good for an introductory GM, but there's not a whole lot about how to GM and how to do the thing, because of course this is really for, I think, beginners, or I should say veteran GMs who want to introduce people to the hobby, or veterans like myself who just don't want a lot of mechanics to get in the way of our adventure and play. And then, of course, a great little character sheet here for them to jot down and pencil in what their character looks like. It's very, very cool. And then, of course, he has a space version as well if you want to do a science fiction, pulp, interplanetary adventures. Very cool. Exact same stats, different classes, combat, everything works the same. And then there's a little, I think this has an adventure. It might not. And then, of course, a slightly different character sheet. And then, of course, how to generate planets. Perfect for doing kind of a planet hopping. You can generate a planet for them to explore, etc. They're just fantastic because it would take you 10 minutes to walk through the entire rules with a group. It would take you 2 minutes to make characters, and then you would be playing. So it's not overwhelming. Nobody would be looking at a hardback 200-page tome overwhelmed. However, of course, it might not inspire imagination of noobs. I mean, there's nothing like inviting people to play a game they're familiar with, they've heard of. Dungeons and Dragons 5e, I can't wait. And they see these books, and they flip through them, and they're mesmerized by the marketing. They're mesmerized by the product itself. So anyway, I have had no trouble introducing people to all kinds. I introduced a complete classroom of noobs to Dragon Warriors, the British D&D, circa 1983 or whatever, and that was unbelievably fun. And again, I facilitated most of the game for them. So a good GM can introduce people to RPGs, no matter how difficult the game. But I do believe that would cover also availability. Would cover able to introduce noobs to how we do the thing, but also a great place for newbie GMs to sink their teeth without being overwhelmed by lots of little rules. So that would be my recommendation. What is a great introductory RPG? I believe should be a simple, minimalistic RPG. So thank you for watching, everybody. Have a fantastic August. I will be back on the 3rd with our next topic.